Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Now, I'm not sure how this release cycle's gonna work for these videos because I'm a little bit behind right now. But Malfurion, I think, is getting changes tomorrow. I'm recording this on Tuesday, or on Monday. He'll get changes Tuesday. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna record Medivh now, and maybe I'm giving you this speech for no reason. And maybe it'll just release in chronicle order, no problem. But Medivh, one of the newest heroes added to the game, came out after Chromie? They were announced at the same time. I don't remember who came first. In my opinion, the highest skill cap character in the entire game to play. And I've been trying really hard to get better at him, and it's been a bit of a struggle. A lot of his builds usually play out the same. There's not a lot of talent variety here. At some tiers there are, but for the most part, most players find success with relatively similar builds. And I am going to try to show you the one I've been using to try to practice the character. Now, again, I'm not great at Medivh. Don't get it twisted, but I'm trying to improve. He's one of the characters that I'm really focusing on so I can diversify my Hero League roster. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Braxis Holdout. Is that the name of this map? I'm pretty sure it's new. Actually, exactly the map I wanted to play on, believe it or not. At level 1, we are gonna go for increased portal duration. Our mana regen shouldn't be too much of a problem, hopefully. I can't tell if this is a spin of friendship or not, so I'm just gonna join in and hope that it is. And the increased portal duration can allow our heroes like Artanis and Leoric, well, not as much as Leoric because I guess he can E out, but should allow them to be able to dive in a bit deeper and get a little bit more out of my mobility that I can provide them. The enemy team does have a Gazlo and Sergeant Hammer. Both of these characters are very good on this particular map, so I hope we don't run into too much trouble here. But Sergeant Hammer for the enemy team is going to be the first one to die as the team rotates up and clears out those objectives. I feel like my game sound is all the way up today. Gonna have to remember, mental note, let's reduce that in editing. All right, the friendly team, Sylvanas, Medivh, Gul'dan, Leoric, and Artanis. The enemy team, Sergeant Hammer, Leoric, Gazlo, Sonya, and Falstad. Let's go ahead and make ourselves immune to damage. We can do that with our W ability. It is called Force of Will, which is the same name as one of Artanis's talents, I believe, later on. And all it does, very short duration, 1.5 seconds. It'll make you immune to damage, not CC. So it's a divine shield in the respects that it will stop you from taking all damage, but not a divine shield, because divine shield of course makes you immune to crowd control. That's why Uther pairs so incredibly well with ETC in a lot of ways. Our Q ability, and where all of our damage is going to be coming from, okay, I almost messed that up. It's called Arcane Shift, and it's just a very, moderate range skill shot. It shoots out in one direction. You know what we need to do, team? We need to put all of this on quick cast. Quick cast settings. On. All right, we're taking the plunge. We're trying to get good at Medivh. You know how you get good at Medivh? You cast your spells really fucking fast. So I'm gonna try really hard not to fuck all of this up, I guess is what I'm saying. Let's give a shield to our Artanis, give him a portal out just in case he needs it. He doesn't appear to be trying to take it though, but the Force of Will is going to make him immune to that damage. Now our Q ability, and why it's so important is because if you hit a hero with it, its cooldown is reduced by like 6 seconds, I think. 5 seconds. If you don't hit a hero with it, then you have the full 7-second cooldown, which is actually a really big deal. That can really suck. Let's give him a portal out of there. Hopefully he'll take it. He decided not to. We can go ahead and make ourselves immune to damage and just keep walking out of here. Now, I need to get used to very quickly casting my Q ability, because at level 7 we are going to go for a stacking talent called the Master's Touch, which is basically going to be the make it or break it for Medivh. If by If my damage doesn't go through the roof by that point, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm just going to bounce back and forth between these portals, I think. Never mind, we're going to lose our Sylvanas there. The friendly team is still... Oh, no, they're contesting top right now. Let me see if I can make my way up there. We can switch into bird form, which is our mount ability. He does not have a traditional mount. Instead, he has this movement that allows him to fly over obstacles and do things like that. Please just take the portal. And that's why Medivh's a little frustrating. I gave that Artanis every tool he needed to survive that altercation, but instead he didn't click on the portal, which is sad. The enemy team does get the objective, and it is going to be pushing the bottom lane, but let's see if we can help out our Leoric really quick. We'll probably just force this guy back, and it won't be a big deal. But now that this is pushing, we'll try to make our way back down there. Now, again, the Sergeant Hammer Gazlowe pushing with this is actually pretty terrifying. But our team should have at least some answers for it, I think, I hope. In Gul'dan and Sylvanas, they should be able to stop a lot of this pressure, and hopefully it'll be good for our team. Let's give ourselves a portal forward, see if we can finish off this guy here. No, we can't, but what if we juke back? He'll never see that coming. Yes! We applied a little bit of pressure. We're going to have to hop into bird form now and hopefully not die to anything else. Here we go, the Master's Touch at level 7. We have to land our Q ability on heroes 30 times without dying. There's no time limit on that. The only stipulation is that we do not die. And it can be hard some games. And you'll notice my damage right now, I mean, it's not amazing, it's okay. If we really focus on this, we can build it up quite nicely. And we can actually end up doing a ton of damage. Now, in this situation, when I'm hitting 2 heroes, it counts as 2. So we're at 4 already. Let's go ahead and make ourselves immune. Let's give a portal out. And then hop back in with the sippy cup. We can shield our Leoric from taking too much damage there. And just keep trying to pressure these guys as much as humanly possible. Shielding Leoric again there, but as you can see, I missed my Q, and that's a pretty big detriment. I can't cast anything for 7 seconds. I have no offensive spells for the next 7 seconds. Medivh is one of those characters that was added to the game, and the developers from the very beginning said that he is not going to be for everyone. He is for like organized teams. Not everyone is going to get a ton out of Medivh. And they're okay with that. They wanted this character to be really strong in certain situations and not be for everyone. They don't think Medivh is going to be good in, you know, bronze, silver, and gold league. It's once you start to get up into the higher echelons of play that he really starts to shine. Well, let's portal in and finish off this Sonya. We should be able to do that. I missed my cue, but you know what? We did it. It's okay. And he's just has, there's so many variables to playing him, which is one of the reasons I really wanted to get good at him, because he can kind of, once you get used to him, fit into a ton of situations. He can kind of be that half support your team needs if you're really, really good with your W's. He can kind of be that scout you need on certain maps like Infernal Shrines when you just need to look over walls a little bit more than you normally would. And he also has a decent amount of crowd control with Polybomb here, or with Leyline Seal, his other heroic ability. Now, I don't believe it'll reach this far yet. No, we need an upgrade for that. Yes, we do. All right, let's see if I can do anything with this. Hello? Oh, hello. Why, hello there. I don't feel as though I could move in here. Now, Polybomb is actually a really interesting ability, and I was pretty hard on it when it first was released because I was expecting it to do too much, I think. The Polybomb's out right now, and as you can see, let's make ourselves immune to damage there. Teleport out, teleport out, teleport. Oh! That was... I can learn from that death. Okay, so I had my teleport off cooldown. I was walking into this and I saw the Gravitron bomb. I was ready for it. I reacted to the bomb by making myself immune to damage, thinking that I would live through that altercation if I didn't take damage. The correct thing to do was to drop my teleport and just get out of that, which was also off cooldown. Now, because of that death, we lose all of our stacks to the Master's Touch, and it's a pretty fucking big deal. Like, we cut our effective damage for the rest of the game by a lot. I cannot polybomb poly-bomb him when he's moving around like that. That's a little unfortunate. Now, the friendly team turned this around quite well, though. We went from not getting a single point on the objective the first time around to getting every point on the objective the second time around. So maybe our Gul'dan won't be saying we're pathetic much longer. Who knows? I did miss that Q just by a little bit. Let's try to shield these guys, try to give them a portal out. Polybomb should have been used a little bit earlier there. I admit it. That was my mistake. Who is she going to chase here? Oh, she's going to chase me. Interesting. Artanis decided to go back in. I mean, I understand. He needs to deal damage to stay alive. I got it. Don't worry. Let's give ourselves a portal out here, and we'll be just fine. It will be just fine. Now, in most cases, I would go for the cooldown reduction on the portal so you can use it more often. But on this map, we can actually go for astral projection here, which increases the range of the portals, which is really, really cool on Brax's Holdout, assuming that is the name of this map. I'm pretty sure it is. Because it allows you to... let's try to help him out a little bit. It allows you to... stand here, for instance, and then teleport up top. So you could do this jump, immediately get from one shrine to the other, and it's very, very effective at helping you to control the objectives. Let's just land as many Qs on her as we possibly can. Made him immune to damage, but he is going to be killed by the Gravitron, and I don't think there's anything I can do for him there. We might be able to go back in and finish off Sonya real quick. Gonna go back. Maybe one more time. Okay, that's it. That's it, team. That's it. We're leaving. We're leaving. Got a decent number of stacks on my queue there, though. That is for sure. Hi, Gaslow. Nailed it. All right. We're halfway to having the Master's Touch completed. They're pinging boss like there's something I could do about it. It's kind of adorable. Actually, holy shit, we might be able to do something about it. Let's portal over there. Hop in, deal some damage. Hop out. Get our W up. Hop in, deal some damage. Oh, team! Team! All right, let's get back into bird form before I fucking die. Yes! Oh! Oh, Medivh! That was actually beautiful. That was everything I've dreamed of. That was everything I've wanted out of playing Medivh right there in that very instant. Now, Polybomb only has a 40-second cooldown, and Leyline Seal, which is like a skill shot VP, it has an 80-second cooldown. So really, I should be using Polybomb significantly more often. I really should. And there's probably a case that I should be shielding my allies significantly more often as well. That's the thing about Medivh, especially when you're learning him, that every single game I've been in, I've been able to pinpoint something that I could be doing better. Every single game. Just because there's so much complexity to the character. There's so many levels to the character. And he's so fucking difficult. Alright, we're just poking. We're just poking. I think he's a little out of range for my Q. Hammer is not. Now he is not. Maybe he is. Fuck, I think I missed. Yeah, that full cooldown really sucks. It really sucks. Now, at level 16, I do typically go for reabsorption. Let's give him a portal out. Take the portal. Take the portal. Take the portal. He doesn't want the portal. Okay. Let's go ahead and polybomb this Leoric so he cannot disengage. And completely miss my Q and probably kill our Sylvanas because of it. Hold on. Hold on. We're going in, team. We're going in. 8 more hits with our Q and we're good to go. Alright, we're just going to get a portal ready just in case. Looks like we didn't need it, but I just wanted to make sure it was there. The quick cast on the Q is so damn important. Unfortunately, it looks like we won the game, and I won't be able to play Medivh anymore. But, you know, I'm actually a little disappointed. That was such a fast game. I wanted more practice with him. Level 16 is where a ton of talent diverse. Oh, I got the MVP! Oh! I was the top hitter. Level 16 is where a lot of the talent diversity comes from. If you're going against a Kerrigan, you can get the one where the shield bounces around to everybody else. I'll vote for their Gaslow. Where the shield bounces around to everyone else. If you're in the same situation I'm in, where you just want to help mitigate damage versus a single target, then reabsorption is a great way to go. Also, level 13, we talked about some of the diversity there, where you could opt for the longer duration or the increased range, or shorter cooldown in the increased range. That is definitely, there's some variations there. But for the most part, your early game, your talents are pretty standard. A lot of people go for that. His level 20 talents are actually really interesting as well. He can cause the polybomb to spread around more often because it explodes 1 second sooner. So that means your team has less, or the enemy team would have less of a chance to kind of disperse out of the area. But I don't really care for it. Guardian of Tristfall allows him to push lanes incredibly easily, but it wouldn't do as much good on Brax's Holdout because the objective minions are called monsters and not minions. Thanks, Johanna. Arcane Brilliance isn't bad if you're coordinating really well with your team, and I've had some insanely good, like, invisibility on an ETC as he's going in for a mosh pit plays in the past. So, like, way more talent diversity at level 20 than most other heroes, and more talents in general at level 20 than most other heroes. Level 16 is pretty diverse. 13 is kind of where you start to get into the bottleneck if we're going backwards, and then everything else is pretty standard. Medivh is hard. If you have a friend you want to play games with, and you're like, I'm the best Volva player in the whole world, then play Medivh. And, you know, we'll put that to the test, I think is what I'm trying to say. It also is worth mentioning that in Quick Match, with how the matchmaking works, if one team has a support, then your team, like, both teams have to have them. But when you have a pseudo support like Medivh that is labeled as a specialist, then you kind of have an advantage coming out of the gate, especially if you're a good Medivh player. So if you want to raise your quick match MMR, I'm just saying it's kind of an unfair advantage right from the get-go. But that's it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry the game wasn't longer. I legitimately wanted to keep playing. I enjoy that map a lot. And I enjoy trying to make plays happen on Medivh. But up next, we are going to have Muradin Bronzebeard, Ground Muradin, Candy King himself. I'm okay at him. I did a mini series. It was like 2 or 3 episodes a while back where I was learning how to play him. And, I mean, I feel like I got it, but he's just not super exciting to me anyway. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time.